Hello and welcome to the Amazing Nerdiverse. I'm your host, Stephen Tugart.
And I'm Jeff Grants.
Who is also the host.
Yes.
Take it away, Grants.
Co-host. This is the podcast where we talk about all things, healthcare. We talk about the healthcare system.
Healthcare, politics, religion.
Medicine. We talk about, like how to find the cheapest prescriptions in the proper medical care facilities.
Transgender issues.
Yeah, no, this is the podcast where we talk about all things
women's rights.
Geeky and the Amazing Nerdiverse. This is the first episode we've done in a couple weeks. We missed 2 weeks.
I wouldn't say I missed them. Huh?
Yeah, no, I'm sick of you already. First things first.
We broke the curse last time.
We broke the curse last time.
We're on the other side. This is the flashpoint where we...
But then we went 2 weeks and I was like, oh, we broke the curse by one episode and then the curse begins anew. First things first, I wanted to point something out. We do this at the end of every episode, but I do want to say that iTunes reviews are really, really helpful for us. They help people find the podcast. It helps with the iTunes algorithm of, helping people find it. So
algorithm.
I know we're using big words here.
Like the Matrix?
If you leave a review on iTunes, just take a couple minutes. If you like the episode, if you like the podcast at all, any episode you listen to, just leave us a quick review. That'll help people find us.
Even if you don't like it, just leave a click. What's it gonna,
Even if you don't like it, just 5 stars.
Yeah. Honestly, what's it gonna do to your life if you just give us 5 stars? Nothing. It's
not going to change your life at all, but it can change millions of lives around the world and help people find this podcast.
Right.
All right. Oh, also I wanted to point out we've got a new
Twitter. It'll validate my
existence. Also wanted to point out we've got a new Twitter account for the Amazing Nerdiverse. Yeah, I just created it.
Am I deleted off of it?
Yeah, no, I blocked you. It's at Nerdiverse Pod. So we started that out. Right. That'll be the official Twitter account of the Amazing Nerdiverse.
A little bit easier.
Yeah.
Streamlining.
Yes.
That's what 2017 is going to be all about.
Yeah.
Streamlining.
2017. We're in it now.
We're in it to win it.
Past that god-awful 2016. It's over with. It's in the rear view. Let's look ahead. The last week has been miserable for me because I've been sick.
Yeah. Good, so it's working.
Yeah. Your plan is in full effect. Good. I've just been miserable, sick, missing work, and all that stuff. I had to go to the ER. I had
what?
I cleaned out a closet and it just destroyed me, my respiratory system, and I've been laid out for a week. That one.
What was in there?
Dust, apparently.
That's what you've been keeping?
Just dust. Yeah, it was miserable. But, we wanted to do a Christmas episode.
Yeah.
New Year's, kind of thing all in one, and we didn't really get to do
that.
We
watched Krampus. Me and Carla watched Krampus.
Oh, you did? I haven't seen that.
We went to, not Krampus Unleashed.
Is that a thing?
It's like a sequel-ish.
Oh, really?
Like what's the word?
Like a direct-to-DVD?
Yeah, like that type of thing.
Yeah.
But the other Krampus...
The first one, with Adam Scott.
Yeah, that's his name. I always forget his name.
Yeah, I forgot who else is in that. I never saw it.
A bunch of people that you'd be like, Todd Packer.
David Koechner?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the lady, I've seen her in a bunch of things. I know the face, don't know the name. But when you see her, you'd be like, oh, her.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
She was in that show a long time ago where she had multiple personalities. I never watched it, but I was aware of it.
United States of Terror?
Yeah. That lady.
Toni Collette? Is that her name?
I don't know. I just told you I don't know. I don't know!
Okay. Yeah, so this episode we're going to do our year in review kind of thing. We're going to talk about, our favorite movies of the year, favorite TV shows, all that stuff, and talk about the things we're looking forward to in 2017. We would have
I can tell you right now what I'm looking forward to in 2017.
We'll hold it for the end of the episode.
Oh God, I'm so excited.
Okay. Me too. There's a lot.
Are you
There's
sure?
a lot of good stuff. Yeah, let's
I'm curious if you know what I'm talking about.
I mean, probably.
I don't think you do.
John Wick 2. All right. All right, so
John Wick was awesome. All right, continue with... That's the only reason that one didn't make it on this list, because didn't that come out in 2015?
Yeah, it came out last year.
Oh, God, it would have been...
It definitely would have made my list this year, too. All right, so we got to start up. We got to address the elephant in the room and everything. The just the bummer fucking news that hit last week, with the passing of Carrie Fisher.
Right.
That just, and then the next day with her mother, Debbie Reynolds, dying.
Yeah.
It's just a 1-2 punch of bullshit. Like it was just depressing.
Yeah.
It's a bummer. Like, especially
like
coming off the heels of Rogue One, where you see the final, like, spoiler alert, the final thing you see in Rogue One at the end of the movie is Princess Leia. And it's like
CGI
talking about hope and everything, and just, God, it was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
That news. We just kind of had to address it.
You know what I kind of wanted, in that the more I think about Rogue One, the more I kind of like it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I thought would have been kind of neat? I did like her saying, what is it? What's the line with hope?
I don't remember the exact line.
But it's something like, it means hope. Like, someone asked her what the little thing is. Like, what if you got to... I do like that ending, but what if you got to see her going up to R2 about to record the message?
I thought that's where it was going to end.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, that'll be cool seeing it from this... You know what I mean?
So basically there's like, just a little bit that there's
right.
that missing between.
Yeah.
So they got to do a sequel now. They got to show us how does she get from that room to the other room with the droid. If that was a whole movie.
Awesome.
Yeah, I went and picked up a Leia figure. Yeah. I already had this. I had the slave Leia because that's the only one I had found before, but I finally got the
You're not allowed to have slave Leia.
Well, you're not allowed to buy it and sell it anymore, but I got it. But
I had to go some shady streets.
Yeah, but that was, books a million. But yeah, that it didn't feel right, that being the only Leia I had in my action figure. I liked having it because, especially it's rare now, they're not selling them anymore.
Yeah.
But I needed the classic Leia, and I was glad I picked that one up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so moving on, Carrie Fisher, rest in peace.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking. We still got a year until episode 8, and we'll get to see her one last time a year from now.
She did film something for it, didn't she?
She filmed, she was done filming that, but I don't know how that film leaves the character up in the air or not. So that's going to be...
It might be sad and nice. What is the bittersweet?
Yeah, bittersweet.
It's nice to, Oh, well.
See her one last time in that film. But I did want to read this. She said in her book, I think that, she wanted her eulogy to just read, drowned in moonlight, strangled by my own bra. That's what she wanted to say. And I think that's fitting, for the final words for that.
That'll be on my tombstone.
Okay. All right. We don't have a lot of news this week. There's one big news story that I did want to talk about that just came out yesterday. There was, it's not confirmed yet. It's reported by Variety that Woody Harrelson is being eyed for the mentor role in the Han Solo spinoff movie. He would be Han Solo's mentor.
Mm-hmm.
It's not confirmed yet.
So, like the opposite of how like Jedis are like all. Would he just be kind of like a drunken, angry?
I
all right, kid, this is how you do it.
Like he could be like a bounty hunter or something like that. Teaches him the ways of being a scoundrel. Like I'm all for that. That
Teaches
sounds
him
awesome.
How to just be a piece of shit.
Yeah, this cast set is coming together nicely. Like
I kind of like the idea of it, but just to me, it's a little odd because I know how he dies.
Well, it doesn't matter. I
know that, but like it's like
30-40 years into the future. It doesn't matter where that ends up.
I guess if I think about it, like Darth
it's more
Vader.
so we just know we know where he ends up. Starting from episode 4.
Yeah.
So this is just fills in the gaps. Because like when we see him in episode 4, we don't know a lot about him. So there's still plenty of story to tell in those early years of his life.
The prequels should have had some Han Solo.
He would have been too young. He wouldn't have even probably been around until about episode 3 maybe, and he would be like a baby or young kid.
Really? Is it that much age difference between him and Darth Vader?
Yeah, I mean, there's 19 years between episode 3 and A New Hope.
Huh, okay.
He's a little older than Luke and Leia, I think, but not by a whole lot. So
because I thought it was like a difference of 10 years, or not even that. Like I thought
no. Well, Darth Vader's way older.
Yeah,
like he's super old by
like
that
wicked
point.
old.
Yeah,
like wicked stupid old.
Wicked stupid old. I mean, I guess not as old as he looks when he takes the helmet off. He looks way older.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do the math, I think he'd probably be around 40s or 50 maybe by that point. But yeah, 50 at most.
Because I would have liked to see. Because I thought, like in the prequels, it would have been cool to see like a young, like just a quick Han and Chewie, like starting some shit.
Yeah. But Chewie was in there, but he wouldn't have even known Han Solo at that point,
right.
And so yeah. But that's what we're getting with this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get to see, some stuff with Lando, played by.
Do you think the Wookiee life debt is going to live up to?
I hope so. I mean, there's
that's a huge.
That's the cool thing. You're talking about when you think about what are they going to do in this Solo movie? Like, there's a lot. Like, there's the Wookiee life debt. There's the winning the Millennium Falcon. There's the Kessel Run. There's him defecting from the Empire. All these things that we heard early I think he was in the Imperial Academy and he left.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's part of the backstory and everything of the character. I don't know if that was officially in any of the canon stuff anymore. It might be stuff left over from Legends. All right. Moving on. We talked. I wanted to do an Assassin's Creed review.
Mm-hmm.
I never saw Assassin's Creed. I heard it was garbage.
Really?
Yeah,
it looked interesting, but I still didn't really want to see it.
Yeah, I heard. I mean, it looked interesting. I love the games, but what I heard is like they spend very little time in the past. Most of the story is in the actual present day stuff.
Who cares?
Exactly. Like, it just sounds like a huge swing and a miss, and I'm like, I'm good. I went and saw Why Him instead with Bryan Cranston and James Franco. It was funny. I liked it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a lot funnier than I thought it would be even. But yeah, so, no review for that. Last episode, we talked about doing that. Let's move on to our year in review. Let's start by talking about our top 5 TV shows of 2016. Did you do that list?
No, I only did movies, but I can...
Okay, it's fine. We can do my list, and we can just, go through that real quick. Before I get to my
I've spent a lot of time watching, like, stuff on Netflix that didn't come out, and, I guess I got some. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So let me just do my honorable mentions.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there's the CW shows.
Right.
Honorable mention: the Invasion crossover was awesome. Jeff Johns on New Year's tweeted. He said like the 5 things he was looking forward to this year. It was like Wonder Woman. Seeing
the movie.
Yeah, the movie.
I was like, what?
Seeing Mira from Aquaman on screen in the first time this year. Things he's looking for, and in that tweet. He said there's a new DC TV show that's going to be announced soon. So it could be one of the other networks or something like that, or it could be a new CW show, and they might get up to 5 CW shows
if they're smart,
or DC shows across all 4 nights. Although Legends, I believe, is moving to Tuesday nights soon, so it's going to be following after Flash coming up this season.
So it's going to be like...
It's going to be one night. It's going to be Flash and Legends of Tomorrow back to back.
That's kind of a good idea.
I mean, I'm down. I'm down for that.
Yeah, why don't... Yeah.
Thursday is kind of an afterthought day for me because there's so much going on Thursdays usually that, like, I don't always get around to watching Legends right away.
So would they try to... If something does tie in...
Yeah.
It'd be easier. Like, it just comes on right after.
Yeah. That would be a cool, 2 hour, if they do a crossover between those 2 shows. Which there's some Reverse Flash stuff going on and some other stuff going on in the show this season that, that would be beneficial to have them on the same night and have a crossover in one night. Other shows, honorable mentions, Star Wars Rebels. There was a new mid-season trailer that looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
That show is just getting more and more exciting. And now coming off of Rogue One, there's cool stuff like Saw Gerrera's coming into the show, and Mon Mothma.
That just sounds like a wrestling character.
What?
Saw Gerrera.
Saw Gerrera?
It does.
Hell yeah. Like Bonesaw from
right.
Macho Man and Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Bonesaw is ready. Stranger Things is on my honorable mentions. I liked it, but not as much as a lot of people. Like, people went nuts for it, and I was like, it was good.
I haven't watched it yet, but
yeah, there's nothing wrong with this. It's a good show. It's just I didn't lose my shit over it like most people did.
Oh, like how there's like extras casting for whatever. I sent in a picture of myself, and then like recently they texted back saying like, "Oh, how long is your hair?" Yeah. So I took a couple pictures like just around of my face and like hair.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Hope this helps." And then I haven't heard anything yet, but I'm like, fingers crossed. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I don't like this part where it's got to wait, sit.
Yeah, you just wait and sit around if you're going to be in Stranger Things.
Please.
Okay, yeah, I also I haven't really I watched the first episode of Westworld a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't fully dived into that yet, but I'm looking forward to. I haven't watched season 2 of Mr. Robot yet, so those are shows that I haven't gotten to, so that's why they might not make it on my list. But here's my top 5 for TV shows.
Garfield.
For this far. Number 5, Preacher.
Okay.
I really liked Preacher. I mean, some people kind of might have been a little disappointed that it wasn't exactly the comic book.
Mm-hmm.
But what I think they did was really cool. Like, the characters are all there. They're great. Cassidy and Tulip and everything are just, like, perfect in my opinion. And, like, Arseface is just, like, they're doing some really cool stuff over there.
Trey
and
Green
it was
is
a
in
really...
It?
What?
Trey Green is in it?
No one's going to get that, but...
If he ever listens to it, he'll know. And I'll know. Fuck you, Trey.
I'll tell him to listen. But yeah, like they started off where, like, the comic book is like a road story kind of thing. They're on the road.
Like, okay, yeah.
But in this show, they started off with the whole first season was in this town that they, are from and everything.
Uh-huh.
So like they introduced the whole town and everything, and then it just goes crazy by the end of it. It was a really interesting way of doing it on a TV show, because they can't. On TV, it makes sense to base it in one town and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But now it looks like season 2, they're going to be starting venturing out into the cross-country road trip type thing, which is cool. My number 4, Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Luke Cage was awesome. I mean, we've talked about it a lot, like, because it came out while we were doing the podcast and everything.
Mm-hmm.
We brought it up a lot. We've talked about
it's a really
Luke
good
Cage,
show.
It was so good. And, like...
It's enjoyable. He's very charismatic.
Yeah.
I care about...
Yeah.
His character.
Yeah.
I just, I want him to be all right.
Yeah, and
It's funny that you want him to be all right, even though he's pretty much indestructible. Pretty much.
Yeah, like he can't get too hurt, but you're still like you still care about him. You're like, oh, don't
like
hurt Luke.
I was like, as soon as I started thinking like, oh, he's kind of invincible. Like I started to lose the worry.
Yeah.
And then they introduced the little bullet. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I wanted to text him and be like, look, buddy, someone's got a bullet from space. They're gonna shoot you with it.
My number 3, Daredevil season 2.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like so long ago at this point, because it was in like what, February, March?
Yeah, it was like early.
It was really early, but yeah, that show was awesome. Like,
I would say I don't have a planned out top 5, but definitely Luke Cage and Daredevil are
make your top 5.
Yep.
Yeah, it was just like, bringing the Punisher into that world, introducing Elektra into that world, like, revisiting, spoiler alert if you haven't watched it, like revisiting some of the Kingpin stuff was great. That stuff with, Punisher actually going to prison and everything, and there with Kingpin, so good. So great that, in fact, they're doing a Punisher spin-off series of it. This year, 2017, The Defenders is coming this year. Like, we're getting Iron Fist in just like 2 months.
2 months?
March, I believe.
All right.
Yeah. We're just a little hair over 2 months away from Iron Fist, so I'm really looking forward to that. And and then we also got
finally a white superhero,
right? My number 2 show of the year is Game of Thrones season 6. You don't watch Game of Thrones, but this season of Game of Thrones was like kind of like the ultimate fan service season, where like they're past the point of the books, so they're caught up to the books, and now like people watching the show don't know what comes next. So that's exciting.
Does the guy give them like kind of a guideline, and they're
he kind of told them where he wants it to go and end up and everything, but they're kind of gonna go their way, and he's gonna go his way with the books, and that's cool. Like there's the books are there for the people that want to read the books. The show's there for the people that want to watch the show, and then people that want both get both. Like
it's funny how like we get a little bit older, and it's like we're watching these comic book movies, and you kind of start to let go of like, well, that's not from the that's fine. Just show me something cool. That's all.
Yeah, like I said, like with Preacher, it's not the same story of the comic book exactly, but the characters are right.
Right. That's really all it is. For me,
whenever that's the case, whenever the characters are right, and true to what they are on the page, that's what's the most important part for me. Yeah. And so Game of Thrones this year had some amazing episodes. The Battle of the Bastards episode is just just a big, like, full-on war, like, episode, just two armies just clashing. It was...
So my Christmas?
Yeah. That wasn't on the air, but you told me about your Christmas, and that, yeah.
Delightful.
Battle of the Bastards.
Right.
Yeah.
It was my fault.
So yeah, so yeah, that episode was probably one of the best episodes of television this year, I think.
Okay.
And my number one show, it was a new show. I just fell in love with the show immediately.
Walking Dead.
No. Atlanta. It's just so
good.
Yeah, Donald Glover's show on FX. It's just phenomenal. I highly recommend it.
I might get around to that one day.
Yeah.
Is it like a comedy?
It's like a
in between ish.
It's like a weird in between, like it's drama and comedy, and it does such a good job of switching back and forth between that, like, comedy and drama. It's like the perfect middle in there, and yeah, it's great. The characters are just great and funny and just real, like.
They film it in Atlanta, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just so much of the show, just like, it feels like, oh, I've seen that before.
Right.
But then on the other hand, it goes into the weird, like, surreal kind of things with stuff. And it's just a lot of fun. Like, you never know what's coming next on that show. It's a highly enjoyable television show.
Let me try to, let's see. I'm not going to bother putting them in order.
Yeah.
But I'll say The Flash, Walking Dead. I'm still as invested in it.
In Walking Dead?
Yeah. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, I stopped watching in the season 3 of The Prison. I'm like, what? Why?
Who cares?
Kaminsky stopped watching in The Prison.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
I don't know
what
why
stupid,
everyone,
long-haired hippie freak.
Again, that's for one person.
What did I say? Flash.
You said Flash, Walking Dead. You already said Daredevil and Luke Cage.
Luke Cage. Oh, what else do I like? What else was... Oh, there was something. Oh, there was something. It was right on the tip of my tongue.
Gotham?
It ain't Gotham. I'll tell you right now. I don't even know. Is that still on?
Yeah.
Whew. You know what? Let's keep going. If I think of it.
Okay.
I'll bring it up.
Sounds
I'll
fair.
interrupt you.
Okay. All right, let's move on to we'll do our top 10 list. Of 2016. If you want to do this, you want to start with this. You can start with number 10 and just go back and forth. While you're pulling up your list, I want to just point out, some of the movies that I didn't get to see yet. Kubo and the Two Strings. I still haven't gotten around to see. I want to see that. Arrival, Midnight Special. I still want to see Assassin's Creed, even though I know it's going to suck now. That's a huge bummer.
Well,
I'll wait for it. I'm not gonna, waste my money right now.
Right. I'll waste it later.
Yeah, later. Passengers, The Founder with Michael Keaton.
Oh, the McDonald's thing.
Yeah. I really want to see that, but I haven't got to see any of those yet. So everything else on my list is stuff I did get to see. All right, starting with your number 10.
Number 10. Ghost Team.
What?
Never heard of it?
No.
It's on Netflix. It's pretty similar to a movie that we made that we'll get to eventually.
Yeah.
I found it enjoyable.
That'll be on our top 10 of 2017.
Our own movie?
Our movie, Team Proof.
That'll be number 1. But I liked it. I just thought it was good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You said it had pretty much the exact same thing as our movie?
It had a good twist.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
No spoilers, but I just thought it was...
Okay.
Obviously, I like the subject matter.
Yeah. Huge
Have you not heard anything about it on Netflix or anything?
No, never heard of it.
It seems like... Just look it up, watch it later. You'll be like, oh, yeah, this kind of... We all have our doppelganger.
Yeah.
So, just check that out.
Okay.
All right, your number 10?
My number 10, Star Trek Beyond.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love this movie, Star Trek. You said you saw it finally,
yeah.
right?
Do you want me to because that's on my list. Do you want me to just wait or like?
Oh, we'll wait until we get to your number. On
all
that,
right.
So yeah, Star Trek Beyond's my number 10. What's your number 9?
My number 9. See, I switched them. It's kind of a tie between Trolls and Zootopia.
Okay, neither of those are on my list, but I did really like Zootopia.
I just found them like really enjoyable, really good.
Yeah.
Trolls was just a cute, fun movie, and there are moments where it gets like really dark, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah. I loved Zootopia. Like,
why did you texted me or told me about it? You was like, that movie is charming as fuck.
Yeah, it was.
It made me laugh really hard.
It was. All right. My number 9 was The Jungle Book.
Still haven't seen it, but I'll watch it.
It's great. Like, I haven't seen many of the, the live action remakes of the Disney classics and stuff, but I haven't seen any of the other ones, but this one is like, it can be done. Like, it at least proves that, like, it was great. I mean, it wasn't it wasn't the exact same thing. It wasn't it wasn't as much of a musical. It only did a couple of the songs, like, but it did have, Bill Murray singing Bare Necessities, which is nice.
When they do the songs, is it like a musical, or it's just them just kind of hanging out singing a song? Do you know what I mean?
In the case of Bare Necessities, it does kind of feel more along the lines of them hanging out singing a song.
Mm-hmm.
But the other song they do, the King Louie, the I Want to Be Like You, that kind of does feel more a little more musical. And that's Christopher Walken singing that song, so that's fantastic. And just a huge technical achievement, that movie. The entire movie is like, the only thing real in that movie is the kid. Everything else is green screen, and that's just like, watching it, like, you forget that every 10 seconds and you have to remind yourself.
Right.
Like, somebody made that blade of grass in a computer and stuff like that.
I can't even.
Nuts. All right, what's your number 8?
Number 8. My list is a little, it gets tricky. But I put Rogue One.
Okay.
But, like, I feel like, even though it's at number 8, like, it'll... I like it more as I think about the whole idea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's on my list too. We'll hold that one off till
so
later
number 1?
as well. No spoilers, but it's not.
Thought I got you.
Okay. My number 8 was Don't Breathe, the horror movie that I watched and loved the shit out of. I watched it again. It came out on Blu-ray. I watched it again with my sister. I just love this movie. It's such a great.
Even though you know the twist stuff, it's
just like I mean, the performances, like Stephen Lang, the blind guy, the old blind man, he is incredible in this movie, and just the suspense is like, even after having Noah, it was probably one of my favorite experiences in the theater in a while, because like I was in a really big theater and it wasn't super crowded or anything, but the crowd was really into it when it was happening, and like that's what makes, a horror movie fun to see in a theater, is being there with people and the reactions and stuff. So, and even just me and my sister watching it, the second time, like it was just a lot of fun seeing like people's reaction to that, to the movie and everything, turkey baster. All right. All right. What's your number 7?
Batman v Superman.
Okay. That one did not make my list, but yeah.
Like, I put it on there. Here's why I put it on the list. Because it's Batman and Superman in a movie. Yeah. Kind of.
I mean,
there's things I like.
Yeah.
And then there's things I'm like...
I mean, dude, there's things I love in that movie. Right. And then there's stuff that I just really bums me out. But like
why are you guys doing this?
It's uneven, but like it's not like a complete disaster. Like, yeah. Like people on the internet, it's either 0 or 10. Like, there's no in between. There's no middle. Like, it's either I hate this or I love this. You can't, and you have to choose sides. You have to be DC or Marvel and all that. Just like what you like, and just like, it doesn't have to be yes or no. It's not a up or down kind of thing. It's there can be middle shades of gray both. In there.
I like DC and Marvel.
Yeah, me too. I love both. Like,
Carla likes both too.
Yeah,
but I feel like if we were to, her favorite is Batman. And my favorite is Spider-Man. Yeah. So if you were to go on that, we'd be Marvel and DC. Yeah. But we both, I don't want to choose.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite's Batman. Like, my favorite character of all time is Batman. But like, Spider-Man is up there too. Like, I love Spider-Man. Right. I mean, I've got a Spider-Man tattoo. I don't got a Batman tattoo, but.
You don't?
No.
I would have thought you would. Why don't you?
I need to get one.
Let's hit pause.
All right, we'll be back. And we're back. Got a giant bat symbol on my chest.
Awesome.
What was that? That was your number
7.
7? Okay, my number 7 is The Nice Guys. Shane Black movie with Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling. This was just a really fun, like funny, like interesting, like quirky, like Private Eye type movie. It was a kind of like, like a noir type thing. It was set in the, what was it, 70s? It was a lot of fun. I got a lot of fun out of that. I didn't get to see it in theaters. I saw it a little later, But yeah, it was really, really enjoyable. So that's definitely, you know, in my top 10. Like I had a lot of fun watching that movie. It's number 7 on my list. What's your 6?
My number 6 would be Deadpool. Oh, what I was gonna ask you real quick. How are you basing your list? Like, is this like just by how much you enjoyed it, or like
that's a good question.
Because that's kind of what I did. I was like, how much did I enjoy this?
Yeah. I mean, that's a huge factor in my list. You know, I have all the the grades that I gave it and score. So, and it's not even based on that exactly as far as like, you know, it's not just going down the list like, you know, this was a 9, so it's number 1. This is a that's taken into account,
right?
But also moving around based on like, you know, my experience with the movie, rewatchability, you know, just thinking about it afterwards, you know, stuff like that.
Like I feel like if there was more Aquaman, Batman v Superman might have been higher up on the list.
Like Jungle Book. I gave Jungle Book a 9 out of 10, and I gave The Nice Guys at like an 8.5 out of 10. But Nice Guys is a little higher up on my list because it was just, you know, overall kind of a more fun experience to me. Whereas Jungle Book, I think, is like probably a better movie, especially like on a technical, on the technical side of things, the achievement of it all.
Right.
But yeah, I think Nice Guys for me is, you know, just, I mean, it's all personal. Like that's what these are. These lists are personal. So yeah. So you said,
Deeply
what was your
personal.
Number 6?
Number 6 was Deadpool.
Okay.
I really like. I think it's a really great movie. I think it's really funny.
Yeah, it's
Watching
on my
Carla,
list as well. Yeah.
She hasn't laughed that hard in the opening of a movie in a she was howling with laughter. That might be why I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
It was really fun. Like, what did she like the most? Seeing the guy fall off of the sign.
Yeah.
Like, after a little bit of fighting and stuff. Just, it was really good.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is really, really, really funny.
He's perfect for that role. Yeah. It's on, we'll talk about it again. It's a little higher on my list.
But personally, when he got all messed up, I didn't think he looked that bad.
No.
I thought they should have, you know, pushed
they can make it work.
I was like, he's not that bad.
Yeah.
He's all right looking. Still Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Just looks like he's been in a pool.
Still got pretty great bone structure and everything. You can't wipe that out with like radiation and everything. All right, my number 6 was Moana.
Okay.
Disney's Moana. I just saw it. You know, it just came out a month ago. I just enjoyed the hell out of this movie.
Yeah.
Again, to quote myself in a text, apparently it was charming as fuck. It's like feels like a classic Disney movie.
Okay.
It's the 3D animation and everything, but it's still like got that classic Disney feel.
Right.
You know, there's like a princess that you like can get behind, and you can relate to, and like
there's a princess inside all of us.
Yeah, there's a princess inside all of us. And yeah, it just and I'm still listening to the music.
Oh,
I'm still listening to some of the songs, like there's a, you know, How Far I'll Go. I love that song. The girl from this movie, like, you know, her voice is fantastic. I love that song. I love the song that The Rock sings, You're Welcome. The song that Jermaine Clement sings, Shiny. Like, I'm still listening to the songs, and I can't wait for it to come out because I really want to. I really want to see it again in 3D. Because the climax of it, there's a crazy big lava monster that's really cool looking. So I'd like to see that whole sequence in 3D. What's your number 5?
Number 5, Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, okay. Yeah, it didn't make my list. Didn't hate it, like the internet.
I enjoyed it. That's why it's number 5. Like, I had a good time.
Yeah.
I laughed a lot. I was really hesitant the first time I saw it, just because, you know, the original is my favorite.
Yeah. And it's your favorite movie of all time.
Right.
The original.
But I wasn't afraid of, like this stupid fear that a lot of people have, like, oh, it's going to ruin the... No, it's not.
It's not.
It didn't.
It's still there.
I still have my copy. Kirsten Wiig didn't kick in the door and throw my Blu-ray in the trash.
Leslie Jones just like snaps in front of you and just starts kicking you in the nuts.
She snaps Ghostbusters 2 in half. I just thought
Melissa
it was
McCarthy
really good.
just burns your Ghostbusters tattoo off.
Oh God! I just thought it was good. I liked it.
I mean, yeah, I liked it too. Like I didn't.
I'm sad if they don't do a sequel.
Yeah. I mean, I have always felt that the fact that Ghostbusters was only 2 movies, like, yeah, they did all the animations, but like that could have been a whole huge franchise.
Right.
Like that is such a rich idea.
Yeah.
That like I'd love to see more of that like type of thing. And
oh God. If you could if ghostbusting was a real job,
yeah,
Heartbeat.
Yeah.
Just,
Cause
awesome.
Busted makes me feel good.
Yeah.
And
get to wear a jumpsuit. Sweet
like
company car.
I want to see Dan Aykroyd's dream of what this universe could be like. The the franchises and like the the Ghostbusters all over the world kind of thing. That could have been great. But like that's why they should have. They should like the only problem I have with the movie is that they didn't keep it in the continuity of the originals.
Yeah,
like that's the only thing that I would have changed really. Like anyway, that was your number 5.
Yep.
All right, my number 5 was Hell or High Water. It's a Western. It wasn't a huge release or everything, but it was great.
Who's
Jeff Bridges plays it's like a modern day Western.
Okay.
Jeff Bridges plays like a Texas Ranger and like, Chris.
So it's set now.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Now-ish? I think it's set now-ish. I mean, there's cars and all that stuff. So it's a modern day kind of Western. It's like I was trying to pick up little things, like I didn't really see a whole lot of cell phones or anything like that or anything, but
you know what? I'll say this. That is one thing I do like about Gotham, where it's not a specific time period.
Yeah, yeah.
That's about the only thing. All right, back to
okay, so yeah, it's just great. Chris Pine and Ben Foster play brothers.
Do you know what Chris Pine's real name is?
What?
His stage name is Chris Pine.
Yeah.
His real name, correct me if I'm wrong, is Chris Whitelaw.
What?
Yeah.
Well, that's a name you got to change.
Yeah, it is.
Whitelaw.
Yeah, I bet you he's like, ooh, let me, if I want to. Wonder where that name came from.
Yeah. You know, it sounds like Pine.
Fine.
Basic.
Trees.
Easy.
Everyone likes a tree. Easy to say, easy to spell. Nobody's going to get offended.
Chris Whitelaw.
Whoa. Anyway,
it was just like, it's a simple, straightforward Western movie, but it was just great. It was really great performances. Jeff Bridges, Chris Pine was really good, but like I thought Ben Foster was great.
Okay.
Ben Foster is like, he's just been around forever.
Kind of sneaking around,
a million things. Popping up was like, oh, he's Angel in X-Men 3. Oh, he's the guy with all the piercings in The Punisher.
Yeah.
He was in Warcraft, which was
really.
Yeah, he was like the wizard in Warcraft, which is a little kind of broad and over the top and everything. But in the same year, I thought he delivered a hell of a performance in Hell or High Water.
Okay.
And I highly recommend it if you're into like, just badass Western crime kind of movies.
If you're into like badass movies.
Want to put some hair on your chest and watch some Hell or High Water. Yeah, but I just watched it last night and it just squeaked its way into my list. Like originally my number 10 would have been 10 Cloverfield Lane. Because I really like that movie a lot, and but now Hell or High Water got pushed its way into the middle of the list, popped Cloverfield out. So now, but yeah, that's my number 5. What's your number 1? Your number 4? Okay, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is Keanu.
Keanu, nice. Yeah, it didn't make my list, but I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. I thought it's like I kind of knew it was gonna be good.
Yeah.
And then we just had a great time watching it.
Well, I mean, like, I love Key and Peele. Like, I loved their show, and I was a little iffy, like, when you see people going from sketch comedy to doing a narrative movie and everything, and I was a little worried about that, but I still wanted to see it, and when I finally got around to seeing it, didn't get to see it in theaters or anything, but I saw it later, like, yeah, it was a lot funnier than I thought it would be.
I know. I think I was telling you about it, like...
Yeah, you were. All right, my number 4 was Rogue One. Okay. It was my number 4. Like I said,
I don't think your opinion is right, but go ahead.
All right. Fair enough. I love the hell out of this movie. Yep. I think I'll probably, it'll probably get bumped up a little bit more as far as like points value. I give it an 8.5 in our review. And that's lower than like I gave Moana and Hell or High Water and Jungle Book like a 9 out of 10 and everything, but as far as my enjoyment level goes, like Rogue One is just like it's a Star Wars movie. I'll watch it a million times in my lifetime, I'm sure. I still can't believe I haven't had a chance to go back and see it a second time yet, which I really want to do.
Are you going to be able to? Because I think you're obviously a completist. Yeah. And you like watching things like in order. Yeah. So are you going to sit down and try to muscle through the first 3 to get to Rogue One and then 4, 5, and 6 Before like the episode 8 comes out.
Before episode 8 comes out,
are you gonna try to?
Between now and then, I probably will at some point start with episode 1 and watch through what will be
a hellish.
Will be 8 movies at that point before episode 8 next year.
Wow.
I didn't get a chance because when we saw Rogue One,
right,
we came home and we did the review
and then we
tired.
did our podcast. I'm gonna go ahead and apologize to the listeners. I was like super like it was good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, like you were talking, I know I was going, Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So I apologize. I was super tired.
But now I do want to go see it again and then come home and watch episode 4 right away.
Rogue 2.
Because like the coolest thing about Rogue One is that it made what in my heart and like a lot of people's hearts, like as Star Wars fans, like Star Wars is a perfect movie.
Yeah.
The original Star Wars is just like a perfect movie, and it made that movie better.
Yeah.
It made it like, like it explains like why did they have that little thing on the outside that would destroy the Death Star?
They made a whole movie
to explain that.
And really, it's a really clever, good idea.
Yeah, and it was for a movie that like was taken like it's so weird. Like the opening crawl of episode 4 is just the one line is like the rebels' first victory.
I just watched this.
Yeah, like that's awesome that they took that one line and made an entire movie out of it, and it was this damn good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, so that's my number 4. What's your number 3?
Number 3, Star Trek Beyond.
Okay, yeah, that was my number. What was that? My number 10.
Yeah, it was just I really like the characters. I like the. It's the reason I like Guardians of the Galaxy. It's the team, the group.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, and they did a great job of highlighting all the characters and everything, but also like
I like in the beginning, like Kirk is like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Like I'm just kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
You know, like I get that.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to do this shit again.
Oh, I got 2 Chris Pine movies on my list this year. Awesome.
Chris Whitelaw
movies. That was my number 10.
I really like the end, the very, very end, when like they're all just standing together. Like they're all together, they're all safe. Like I like that. Yeah,
it was just the heartbreaking thing about watching the movie now is just that Anton Yelchin passed away this year.
Yeah.
That sucks. Fuck 2016, man. Anton Yelchin, Carrie Fisher, Debbie Reynolds, like not only that, like they took legends this year.
Yeah.
Like David Bowie, Prince, Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
It was just a shitty year for Alan Rickman. That was another one. Oh God.
McLean. Oh, we watched. Carla got to see Die Hard for the first time.
Oh, nice.
Was it Christmas Eve? Yeah, we watched it on Christmas Eve.
Nice.
Yeah, she really liked it. It was funny. Like I knew a part was coming up, and she's like, "Oh God, he's not gonna walk on that glass, is he?"
That's why he's not wearing shoes the whole movie.
Yeah, like it was one of those. Like it kind of clicked. She's like, "Oh no,
he's not wearing shoes." That's great. That was a bummer. But Star Trek Beyond, back to that, is so
watchable,
so easy to watch. It's like it's like sitting down and watching an episode of Star Trek. Yeah. Like this is back in the days, the Star Trek show, it wasn't as heavily serialized as it is now. It's not like you don't have to have seen last week. It's like 44-minute episode and just pop in anywhere.
I've been watching like the original. That's what the movie was like. I've been watching like the original episodes on Netflix.
Yeah,
it's just enjoyable, and it was funny. Yeah. Like Carla and I have seen the other 2.
Yeah,
but like she kind of asked me like a thing like, do I really need to know anything? I was like, then she went I know Kirk, Spock, and Enterprise. I was like. That's pretty much it. You're good.
Yeah.
I like that about it. Like where you don't.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily even need to see the other 2.
Not really.
You can kind of just.
Yeah. I mean, it might be a little confusing with the Kirk, the Spock Prime.
He was talking about himself, right? Like seeing his death. Is that what he meant?
Well,
I was a little confused that
because they brought Leonard Nimoy back to play because they did this really cool thing where it was a weird time thing.
He was playing him from the future, which I was like,
it was him from the future, but from a different timeline now. Like him coming back, changed it and made it like an alternate timeline, so things don't have to happen exactly like they did in the classic Star Wars timeline. And so,
ooh, shit, son.
So
I'm gonna give you a minute to fix what you just said. You don't even realize.
What did I say?
Start the sentence over again.
Did I say Star Wars?
Yeah.
I do that all the time. Yeah. The classic Star Trek timeline. we've talked a lot about Star Wars this episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, the classic Star Trek timeline. I had to think that thing.
This is fun.
So yeah, Spock came back, and then he was living like the last little bit of his life in the new timeline that he created by coming back,
mm-hmm.
and then he passed away because of course Leonard Nimoy passed away last year or whatever. And
I thought that was a very nice little.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like they had the picture from the movie and everything, and so that was a nice little moment and stuff. But that's the only thing that really connected to the overall Star Trek timeline. Otherwise this was a very cool standalone. And the new character they created, I forgot her name.
But essentially, she was great. But essentially, like when he's looking at that picture, he's seeing his own death. Correct?
He's seeing his
okay.
Yeah. He's kind of relating to it as himself.
He was saying it like in a third person type.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's just like a Vulcan way of. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of like a distancing.
So I didn't know if I was missing something or. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I can't remember the girl's name. The Simon Pegg meets the lady out in the woods. She helps him. I like that they could have easily done like a romantic thing between the two. I like that they didn't.
Yeah.
And they were just buds.
Yeah, they were just friends and everything. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. And she, comes, joins them in the end.
Right. And I like that she wasn't
joining the Starfleet.
And Academy. I like that she wasn't like annoyingly like weary of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She was like, all right, I'll help you. You help me. I was like, all right, good. I don't need all this bullshit of like, who are you? Where are you? I was like, oh, God.
Yeah, the mistrust. And,
just, all right, let's go.
Betrayal and all that stuff. It was just an enjoyable as hell Star Trek movie.
Simon Pegg wrote it or co-wrote it?
Yeah, he co-wrote it.
Okay. Because there's a couple...
And he's working on the next one.
Good. There's a couple lines that I picked up that were like, that's specifically him.
Yeah.
What was it? Oh, God. I think Spock and Bones were trying to explain something to him, and Kirk just goes, skip to the end.
Yes, that was definitely... I was like,
oh, that's definitely him.
That was one of my favorite lines. And,
skip to the end.
Was that in Spaced?
Yes.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Right. My number 3 is Doctor Strange.
Okay.
I loved the hell out of this movie. This was really cool. Marvel really delivering on a character that, is one of those question mark characters. Like, you don't know how that's going to turn out. Like, before, this MCU thing, like, there's all these characters really, like, there are huge question marks. Like, no one knew how an Iron Man movie would work out, or a Captain America or Thor, all this stuff. And they're
the trickiest one I thought was going to be Captain America.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. Like,
mostly the costume. I was like, ooh, that's a tricky.
Yeah. And I think just about every Captain America costume they've done live action has worked.
Yeah.
Like,
some people don't like the first Avengers one, but I liked it.
Yeah.
The only weird thing about it is like his neck isn't showing, and his ears. And if you know, like, it's the only one where his shield, he can't like put it on his back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had never noticed that. Like, so on Doctor Strange, it just worked. Every bit of it. Perfect casting of Benedict Cumberbatch as like, he's who I always wanted to play that character. That was fantastic. We did a whole review of Doctor Strange and everything, but just, it was such a win for Marvel like that. And now we're going to be seeing a lot more of that character in the future of this universe, and I can't wait.
Do you want to keep talking about that? Because that's my number 2.
That's your number 2?
Yeah.
Sure. Let's keep talking. Yeah. Yeah. Why is it your number 2?
I hated it.
Oh.
No, I'm just... It was... I knew the character, but this is like a good way for me to be like, oh, okay, and like understand it a little bit more. And the only thing I would have changed, I was like, oh, do a British accent. Go for it. You know what I mean?
It could have been, yeah. There was no reason not to have him be British or whatever, but it's still like...
I liked his internal struggle and then his growth of like... But he also kind of keeps a part of it. We're like, yeah, I'm a little arrogant, but, I'm aware of it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll work on it later, but I am really good.
It's just, and it just opened up a new corner of the Marvel universe. Like,
magic tricks.
Yeah. Magic tricks, yeah. They're not tricks, Michael, they're illusions. It's just, there's so much like to love in that movie. The cloak, like the costume, he looked so good in the costume. The Eye of Agamotto, like the visual effects, the crazy like world bending stuff. I can't wait for a sequel because I can't wait for more of that trippy, weird, crazy shit. Like, it's so exciting. I can't wait for more.
You know what I really like about his costume? That I didn't think about until the very last little clip with Thor. He's wearing the yellow gloves.
Yeah?
Yeah. You didn't notice that?
Yeah.
In that clip, he's wearing the yellow... Because I think he's, self-conscious about the scars on his hands.
Oh, yeah.
So he's wearing the yellow gloves now.
Nice.
But it wasn't a thing I thought of until then, and I didn't notice or need it. It's kind of like in Daredevil, where, season 1, you're at first, I don't know, he's not wearing the costume, but then immediately, I don't really care.
Yeah.
It's kind of it'll be nice when I get there, but for right now, it's fine.
Yeah.
But then you're ooh, that dude really should put on some armor, because he's getting cut up.
Yeah.
He got stuck.
All right. My number 2 was Deadpool.
Okay.
We talked about it before. Yeah, I had so much fun watching this movie.
Yeah.
We talked earlier about theater.
He got shot
experience. In the butt. Yeah. Right up Main Street. Yeah, it's just, as far as, fan service, yeah, Rogue One was a lot of fan service going on in there and stuff. Just, this is the movie that we have been clamoring for at Deadpool,
mm-hmm.
For 4 years now or whatever, or since that horrible...
I heard a rumor he was trying to get it done for 14 years. Something crazy.
Well, I mean, he's been wanting to do it since they did X-Men Origins. So whenever that came out, that's how long he's been trying. 8 years, 10 years, something like that. But Ryan Reynolds finally succeeded, and good for him too. How bad was X-Men Origins Wolverine? The one thing they nailed in that movie is the casting of him.
Isn't that weird how he's played it twice?
Yeah,
but
you have to remind yourself that he played Deadpool before that.
Yeah,
because it was so bad the last time.
You don't get that chance often.
No,
fact ever.
Yeah, I mean, could you imagine him coming back as Green Lantern or something after?
Honestly,
that one?
I could if he was in control.
Yeah. I didn't think he was necessarily...
No.
I didn't think he was necessarily the right choice for Hal Jordan, but not necessarily,
he wasn't the worst,
choice.
But I don't think he was...
It wasn't his fault either, that movie being what it turned out to be.
I would have made him the Flash.
Yeah, I always thought he'd be better as Flash anyway.
Mm.
Yeah.
And maybe a Bradley Cooper as the Green Lantern. Or Chris Pine.
Chris Pine? Yeah. Yeah, he's in the DC universe now. He's going to be in Wonder Woman, so Steve Trevor. But so we talked about Deadpool with, he was on your list earlier. Yeah, just the enjoyment, how funny it was.
When we get to number 1, I want to try to say it at the same time, because I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're probably
all right
listening. So that was my number 2. What's your number 2?
My number 2 was Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, number 1. Both of our number 1s. Let's say it at the same time.
3, 2, 1.
Captain America Civil War.
Yeah.
Boom.
It was just wicked awesome.
It was the best.
You had Black Panther.
The introduction of Black Panther couldn't have been handled any better.
Here's the
perfect.
thing.
It was a great character, great performance.
Here's what I liked about Black Panther in Captain America Civil War. You did a good origin story without having to waste a good half of a movie. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? So now we're already set up to get into his deal.
We can hit the ground running with Black Panther when that movie comes out next year.
And he also had a good arc in it.
Mm-hmm.
Or what's the line? I just watched it. He says something to the effect of, "I watched those around me let vengeance consume them. Mm-hmm. I won't let it consume me."
Yeah.
And then the claws retract, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
It
was a great taking the higher road moment for a character that and especially in a movie where Tony Stark is not taking the higher road. He finds out that Bucky,
understandably,
spoiler alert, this movie's been out for a long time at this point. If you haven't seen it, still spoiler alert. But yeah,
understandably, he doesn't take the.
Well, yeah, but even if you think about it, Bucky wasn't in control when he killed Tony's parents and stuff, but Tony still doesn't care. He's just
I think the main part of that was Cap not telling him.
Yeah.
I think that's really what it is.
And he could have taken the higher road in that moment and stuff, but he didn't. And Black Panther coming out of nowhere in the movie, he's you got this main storyline, this main plot between these three guys, the Bucky and Cap and Tony, and then you just got Black Panther coming in, and his father just died.
Yeah.
His father just died because of all this stuff, and he still takes the higher road and everything. That was great.
I really like how he stopped. What's his name?
Zemo?
I was about to say Baron Mordo, but that ain't him. I like how he stopped him from committing suicide.
Yeah.
Which makes that character even scarier because he doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's like, oh God. And even when Martin Freeman at the end was like, he says something like, you didn't win or something like that. And he's like, are you sure?
Yeah.
She's like, I think I won, bro.
Yeah. I really want that character to come back with the mask and everything.
He will eventually.
I really hope he like Crossbones did in this movie. Like, Crossbones was in the last one, and then he got all scarred up and everything, and then he came back as Crossbones. Like, do the same thing with Zemo.
Yeah.
In a similar way of what they did in Civil War, because that's what was cool about Civil War. It started off just a little mini Avengers mission. Yeah. Like, taking out Crossbones. Like, that's what, like, these movies should do more of, is, like, have, like, just a mission at the beginning, and just starting out, like, with a little mission, like Avengers Age of Ultron did that, and, like, now Civil War, and they can just keep that thing going. Like, that's what I love about comic books, is, like, whenever you pick up a comic book, just a single issue, usually you're seeing, like, the end of an issue, like, the end of a mission kind of thing, and, like, that's, you just keep the story going, and it's not just, like it used to be with these movies where, the whole movie is just the one villain, and they have to
introduce everyone and
introduce them.
Everyone's got to have a reason for being upset, and I mean, I guess that is important, but to spend an entire and even if you spend all that time trying to explain their reasons, if you don't do it right, then it's just you're wasting everyone's time.
And then we didn't even talk yet about Spider-Man.
Spider-Man was in it?
Did you not see that part?
No, I had to go to the bathroom. Was he in it?
You went to the bathroom for 20 minutes.
Hey, I don't tell you how to poop.
Yeah, but like he was only in the movie for like 20 minutes and stole the show, I think. Yeah. Unfortunately, because like it's a Captain America movie, and you forget about that. Like, it's just like you almost forget. Yeah, I mean, you not really, but like, you know what I mean. When looking back, like we're always like Black Panther, Spider-Man had a lot to do, and it nailed it across the board. I think.
Yeah. And I paid attention. We watched it on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I paid attention to the bit where Tony's talking to Peter. Yeah. And he says, "With great power comes great responsibility."
In a roundabout kind of way.
Yeah. I was like, awesome.
Yeah.
I was like, he'll say it later in a thing.
Yeah. And just now seeing trailers for the Spider-Man Homecoming, like I can't wait for it.
It looks really good.
Spidey's finally home, like homecoming. He's there. Like, yeah, it's exciting. And again, like I've said it before, but like I can watch that airport scene over and over again. It's just so well done. The best like comic book action sequence in.
Hey, Clint.
Put to film.
Hey.
Yeah. Hey, man. So much going on there. So many great interactions. All the characters you love are in there, and it's just awesome. Yeah. So yeah, that makes sense. We made both of the top of our list, like number one for both of us.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I mean,
wicked good.
Marvel raised the bar once again. Like just like top that. Warner Brothers, suck it.
All right, fellas. Captain America: Civil War looks really good. How are we gonna beat it? I know. Don't let Superman smile one bit.
Yeah. You know what? Kill him. All right. All right. So that's our top 10 list. You want to run down your list one more time, just to refresh?
Make Lex really weird and unlikable. All right. Number 10, Ghost Team. Cute little movie. Number 9, Trolls or Zootopia. Number 8, Rogue One. Number 7, Batman v Sad Face. Frowny Face. Number 6, Dead Poop. Number 5, Ghostbusters. Number 4, Keanu. Number 3, Ghostbusters 3. I mean, Star Trek 3. I was looking at it on the list. I was looking at Ghostbusters. Number 2, Doctor Strange. And number 1, Captain America v Iron Man.
And my list, number 10 is Star Trek Beyond. Number 9, Jungle Book. Number 8, Don't Breathe. Number 7, The Nice Guys. Number 6, Moana. 5, Hell or High Water. 4, Rogue One. 3, Doctor Strange. 2, Deadpool. And 1, Captain America Civil War. Okay, so, we said we're going to touch real quickly. I'm going to run down the list of the movies we're looking, 2017 movies that are coming out this year that we're looking forward to. Stop me if you hear anything that sounds super exciting. I put these in a top 20 kind of list, just run through them real quick. Number 20, you got The Dark Tower, the Stephen King adaptation with Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey.
Okay.
Number 19, you got Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. That's Luc Besson's new movie. The guy who did The Fifth Element.
I didn't like that movie.
You didn't like Fifth Element?
No, it's stupid.
Number 18.
She's supposed to be all like this one all-knowing being, and she's stupid as hell throughout the whole thing. I mean, what's the door? What's the car? How does air go? That movie's stupid.
All right.
I like Chris Tucker in it though. Kobe.
Beauty and the Beast, the live action version of that. After Jungle Book, I'm excited to see their next one. They released a little bit of Emma Watson singing some of the songs. I don't know, it's one of those weird things, knowing the Disney classic songs and everything, like how they, we've heard them over and over for 20 years or whatever, and now hearing someone else singing it and having a slightly different voice and different version of it. I don't know, but I'm still excited to see the movie. Power Rangers, it's coming out soon. Blade Runner 2049, Dunkirk, the new Christopher Nolan World War II movie with Tom Hardy. He's got Bane and Scarecrow in there.
Nice.
Alien Covenant, Ridley Scott returning to the, alien world after Prometheus. Baby Driver, the new Edgar Wright movie. I finally heard a little bit about what this movie is. It sounds awesome. This dude's he's got tinnitus, hearing problems and stuff.
Okay.
So he's a getaway driver, but he's listening to music the whole time. So the whole movie's kind of coordinated to the music.
Okay.
And everything, the stuff he's listening to. And for an Edgar Wright movie, how well he works with the visual, combines the visuals and the sound and all that stuff together. That sounds awesome. I can't wait. Lego Batman movie.
Oh, yeah.
John Wick 2.
Nice. This time it's a cat.
It's Keanu.
Awesome crossover.
What if they cross over Keanu and John Wick 2?
Oh, my God.
Kong Skull Island.
Okay.
Can't wait for that. I'm so excited.
There's a big-ass monkey.
There's a big-ass monkey, and I'm looking forward to that. And wonder if there's going to be an in-credit tag with Godzilla. I haven't even thought about doing it till now.
Here's what will make me hate that movie. If they spend 90% of it talking about whether or not they should shoot a missile at him, okay. I'm going to be real pissed off.
Kingsman, The Secret Circle.
Okay.
I'm really looking forward to that. I love the first Kingsman. It was so cool, and I can't wait to see what they do with the sequel, where they go with it. War of the Planet of the Apes.
More monkeys.
More monkeys. Love that shit. Let's do it. Logan.
Are there monkeys in it?
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. Maybe
we'll see in a couple months. But
that one looks good.
I hope it looks so great. I could never imagine it would be this high on my list of anticipated.
No.
This
the
year,
other two.
Yeah.
They're just what are you doing?
Yeah.
This one looks.
And even the overall X-Men universe,
he's
other
hanging
than
it
Deadpool, yeah, but it looks really, really good. And so I'm really excited to see what they do with this, more, adult, R-rated. Wolverine. We're going to get an R-rated Wolverine, finally. He's going to be able to actually use those damn claws.
He's just going to cuss once or twice, and that's the R rating.
Yeah. I'm not even too much worried about the language. I want to see the violence. I want to see the violence. That's a reference that people won't get until they see our movie.
Or even after.
Because they won't see it. Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's coming out this year.
Good.
You got Thor and Hulk teaming up.
Awesome.
Also, Doctor Strange.
Is he going to be in it?
He's going to be in it.
What do you mean?
They've said, they've just said, this week or
last week. So the three of them broing out.
I don't know for sure if it's going to be because it seems like Thor and Hulk kind of buddy movie kind of thing. I don't think he's going to be in it as much as Hulk. He's got a role in the movie, probably maybe something akin to maybe Spider-Man and
so the three of them
Civil
are going to be
War?
growing out at some point.
I hope.
Just awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Growing out.
Wonder Woman.
Good.
Of the DC movies, this one looks really good. Like, I think this one looks like it could be the best of the DCEU movies.
It's got the best theme song.
Yeah, I mean, Warner Brothers hasn't set the highest bar, but I think Wonder Woman can clear that bar easier than
as long as she smiles at least once.
Yeah. She's leagues ahead of Superman. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Good.
Oh, can't wait. The cool thing is, like, I don't know as much about Guardians of the Galaxy as I do about other characters, so this movie can, like, I can just sit back and just let it take me somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, that's the cool thing about these. Justice League, it's high up on my list. Like, I want this. I want it to be good so bad. We're finally getting a Justice League movie.
I didn't think I'd see it.
Yeah. It's insane that it's taken this long for them to go, you know what we should do?
Put them on there.
Let's do a damn Justice League movie.
I don't know. Like, are they afraid of making money?
They're afraid of not making money. Their fear is what has been screwing... Warner Brothers' fear is what has been screwing up this franchise. Like, they're so afraid of everything. They're constantly second-guessing themselves.
Yeah.
And just kind of... It's hurting everything. And luckily, I think Wonder Woman...
Brothers sound a lot like me.
But like just I want to be so excited for a Justice League movie. And then I remember, oh yeah, this is a Justice League movie where Superman's dead already.
Yeah.
Like, I know he's coming back, but like,
that's their start.
That's their starting point.
Right.
They don't know how to start anything because they jump to these weird...
They want it to be where Marvel is now.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
But they don't take into consideration that Marvel has an 8-year head start on them.
Yeah. And they've had, like, each character gets their own movie, and then they put them all together. Instead of, let's do one movie and,
Yeah, it's like, or well, let's do a Superman movie, and then go, all right, now let's start cramming everything all at once. That's what they did. Like, they did a Superman
Batman,
movie.
Doomsday.
Then they're like,
Lex Luthor.
They did a Superman movie. Then they're like, let's do a Superman and Batman movie,
all
which
right.
is...
At first, I was like, all right, cool. That's a
perfect.
cool way to...
And then they're like, oh, we're gonna introduce Wonder Woman in there. I was like, okay.
Like a small cameo is what I thought.
Yeah. And then Aquaman, Flash, Cyborg, Lex Luthor, like
Flash
Doomsday.
again.
Wonder Woman, like, just
checking emails.
All shoved into one mess of a movie.
The Justice League should not be introduced by email.
No.
I don't think.
Just attachment in a Justice League.
Takes a while to open.
Anyway, we've talked a lot about Justice League before. Now let's... fuck. Spider-Man Homecoming.
Good.
Can't wait.
Yep.
I'm just so excited. Like, we've seen 5 Spider-Man movies before now, and I'm still this excited for a Spider-Man movie.
A good one.
Because they're doing it how I always wanted Spider-Man to be. Like, young in high school. Like, they've even tried that and still managed to miss the mark somehow.
Well, when you get a 45-year-old to play Spider-Man.
Yeah.
In high school.
This feels the most like Spider-Man I've ever seen. So I can't wait. Can't wait to see what they do. And now that he's part of the overall universe, we can get Iron Man in there. We can get... I think there's still rumors of Captain America might have an appearance in there somewhere or something. That's been a rumor for a while, but I don't know for sure. No confirmation on that, but still. Anyway, and then the movie I'm probably looking most forward to this year, Star Wars Episode 8.
Okay.
Finally going to get the continuation from The Force Awakens and everything. See what happens next. Get some more Luke Skywalker now. That's what I want. Like, Force Awakens was awesome. But the thing I was looking most forward to was the return of Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
And we got that just a hair at the end of the movie. And now we get a full movie. Bring him in. You know, Han Solo. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen Force Awakens and you care about the spoiler alert at this point, just...
What spoiler alert?
For The Force Awakens.
But what's the spoiler?
Han Solo died.
What?
You didn't see it?
God damn it. You go to the bathroom for one part of the movie and...
Anyway, he done did.
I can't help it if I gotta poop during...
You always gotta poop during the biggest moment of the movie. But yeah,
I gotta come back in theater. Why is everyone crying?
Where'd Han Solo go?
I'm sure he'll show up in the next one. He's probably off on an adventure.
So yeah, finally look at the continuation. Like we said earlier, it's going to be a little bit bittersweet now with the passing of Carrie Fisher and everything. Yeah. But still, it's the movie that I'm looking most forward to, and we have to wait an entire year for it. But at least we don't have to wait 2 years for it.
That's true.
Like we did last year.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's going to be it for this episode.
Yep.
If you like this episode, like I said earlier, please leave a review on iTunes. This is the most important thing that can help us help people find this podcast, spread the word. If you're watching on YouTube, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Share the show with your friends on Facebook and Twitter. Use the hashtag #TheAmazingNerdiverse or use our new Twitter @NerdiversePod.
Streamlined.
Follow us. Make sure, and then you can also follow our individual Twitter accounts. I'm Jeff_Grants.
I'm @StephenTukert.
And you can check out theamazingnerdiverse.com for all things this show.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and until next week, we'll see you right here in the Amazing Nerdiverse.
Woo!